Hello and welcome to today's October 26th second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update. On today's video, I want to share where we are at currently with the stimulus negotiations and with the stimulus checks according to different resources and people in Congress. Now, according to Nancy Pelosi and Mark Meadows, this is a very important week to strike a deal. And later in this video, I'll be sharing a free resource with my community to help you better understand money, how to make more money, and how to thrive in this new economy that we will be entering into. I was interviewed along with 30 millionaires on how to be successful. And so I would love it if you would support me. I will put a link below. All right, now if you're a subscribed member of my community, I want to say welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. Okay, now remember how last week Congressman Jim Banks said he thought that the stimulus negotiations at this point were all just for show. Well, based on how many promises were made last week and how many promises were broken last week, I'm starting to believe him. Last week, Nancy Pelosi gave Tuesday as a hard deadline for wrapping up the stimulus package negotiation. When that timeline was not met, she told the White House she thought she could get it done in the next 48 hours, and the White House said, "We're on board to have this done in the next 48 hours. We would love to have this done by the weekend." Well, the weekend came and went, right? On Friday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi handed Secretary of Treasury Steve Mnuchin a list of changes that she wanted in order to advance the stimulus bill on her end. Mnuchin said he couldn't agree to the demands or the changes without first reviewing them and said he would need the weekend. Well, today, Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi are planning to meet again to continue to negotiate on the stimulus package. Pelosi says that she remains optimistic that a deal can get done this week and pass before the election, but said it will entirely depend on President Trump. I didn't realize everything was hanging on President Trump, even though she's the negotiator and Steve Mnuchin's the other negotiator. Now, President Trump said he's ready to go and that Pelosi keeps finding little pieces of the bill to change and that she is the one holding up the money to the people. The blame game continues, folks. All right, now Larry Kudlow of the White House said, to paraphrase, the two sides have narrowed the gap, but every time conditions come up from the other side that stall the negotiations. Now, in a letter to House Democrats today, Pelosi said, "Today, we are waiting for an important response on several concerns, including on action to crush the virus." 10 days after Secretary Mnuchin went on CNBC to declare that he was accepting our testing plan, the administration still refuses to do so. So she is saying, hey, we put forward a plan. You said you agreed to it. It's now been 10 days. What's going on? Now, from a personal standpoint, let's go back to March, right? Remember when we were all forced into lockdown and encouraged to help flatten the curve? Now all of a sudden we can't come out of lockdown until the virus is crushed. From what I'm reading, that could be a very long time. So how is it that the government expects us to help them crush the virus without any help for groceries, without any help for rent, without any help for purchasing, without jobs? You've basically given us this impossible task of how to be heroes and help our fellow Americans, and then you give us no financial assistance or resources to help. I just can't believe how long each side has taken to get this done. I'm sure you're frustrated, just like I am. Now, I will be the first to admit that even if it passed today, we still have the hurdle of getting enough Republicans in the Senate to be on board. Now remember, the Republicans, they are the ones that control the Senate at this time. Many have said that they are open to a second round of stimulus aid and specifically to stimulus checks. However, they have said that their biggest hangup is money going to state and local governments. They are worried that it will be used on things other than coronavirus, the financial situation. The other thing that they're having a hard time swallowing is the $600 a week federal unemployment boost. Most of them would rather see $100 billion less to the states and around $400 a week in federal unemployment boost. Right now, the White House needs to get just 13 Republicans in the Senate to pass the bill, so long as every Democrat in the Senate votes, which, based on how Chuck Schumer gets them to follow him, it sounds like all Democrats would be on board. Now, Mark Meadows of the White House said in an interview on CNN, obviously, we've identified those Senate Republicans most likely to vote for it. I do have a commitment from Leader Mitch McConnell that if we have an agreement, he's willing to bring it to the floor and get it passed. So the White House is starting to get their Republican constituents in order so that if a bill can get passed, then all the stars will align so that they can get it passed for the American people. Now, Senator John Thune, who is the top senator just under Mitch McConnell, said this weekend, there is a whole range of things we agree on, and I don't know why we can't at least do that. And then, if they get the majority, they can come back later. If they don't, and we are still in the majority, then I suspect there's more interest in trying to get a deal. So what Thune is saying is, let's do a deal right now for the American people on everything we agree on, which is stimulus checks, PPP, unemployment, rental assistance. We know we agree on those, so let's get those done. And then all the other stuff we can come back to. We can continue to debate, right? Now, this is interesting because Senator Thune was one of the Republican senators that was kind of against a big stimulus package this summer. He is now coming out saying, let's get this targeted package out, right? And he's okay that it's a bigger one so long as it's PPP, checks to the people, unemployment, and rent assistance, right? All right. Now, I wish Nancy Pelosi and Mnuchin would just focus on the people and quit playing politics, because you and I both know that's what's happening, right? They both look bad. They're both trying to use this to win votes. Like, I'm not voting for you based on getting nothing done. Like, get something done for the American people. All right, now this is my stimulus update for today. As I know more, I will share more. Again, I'd like to invite you to watch the docuseries that I was invited to be a part of. I will put a link below. I filmed it 2 weeks ago. Now, this is interesting. 2 weeks ago, I was really nervous to do that because I didn't know where the stimulus would go. But everything I predicted in my interview has unfortunately come true. And so I would love for you to go on and learn more about how to be better with your money, how to make more money, how to thrive in this new economy that we're about to enter into. And you'll be able to see my segment, and I would love your support. Hey, as we wrap up, I just wish to remind you that you are amazing. As I know more, I will share more. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.